Before we get started, let's just clarify. All figures we'll be talking about in this video are in Hong Kong dollars. Hong Kong's Financial Secretary Paul Chan announced the government is expecting a surplus of $51.3 billion in its operating account this year, and as a result, taxpayers will be allowed to keep more cash for themselves. But they shouldn't get too excited. The tax reliefs are rather moderate. They include a 100% reduction in salaries tax and tax payable under personal assessment, which is subject to a ceiling of $3,000. So what does this actually mean? Say your final tax payment is calculated at $3,000 or under. With the new reduction, you won't have to pay anything. But if your tax payment is $10,000, you will need to pay $7,000. That $3,000 ceiling is double what it was last year. And the same reduction will apply to profits tax for businesses too. Meanwhile, for homeowners, rates concessions for both domestic and non-domestic property for the first 2 quarters of this tax year will be capped at $500 for each rateable property. That means if your quarterly bill is $1,000, you only have to pay $500, but you'll have to pay the full amount for the 3rd and 4th quarters. There are also other ways Hong Kongers will be able to further reduce their taxable income. The basic allowances for individuals, single parents, and married people are all going up. So are allowances for people caring for children and elderly parents and grandparents. But again, they're not going up by much, so the public should manage their expectations. The government is investing in some key areas for Hong Kong's economic transformation to align the city with China's 15th five-year plan. One is the development of technology clusters like the Northern Metropolis. It's an area in the north of Hong Kong that authorities want to better integrate with neighboring Shenzhen and the rest of the Greater Bay Area. The plan is to create 500,000 new homes and jobs. In this year's budget, the government has transferred $150 billion from an investment income fund to the development of the Northern Metropolis and other infrastructure. Another area for economic transformation is called AI for All. The government has set aside $50 million to educate all levels of Hong Kong society on the use of artificial intelligence. The funds will go to public entities, tech enterprises, and tertiary institutions to set up AI application courses, seminars, and competitions. A number of public services will also be subject to AI application, including traffic management, employment services, flood alerts, and landslide risk assessment. And another $100 million has been budgeted for tech companies to come up with solutions to help fast-track the government's digital intelligence transformation. Authorities will also step up efforts to support emerging industries, like RISC-V open-source chips, and promote the internationalization of mainland China's currency, the yuan. If you haven't replaced your petrol or hybrid car for an electric vehicle, you have until the end of March to do so to enjoy a higher tax concession. Chan announced that the government will not extend its first registration tax concession for electric private cars under the one-for-one replacement scheme beyond the deadline of March 31st. The scheme was introduced back in 2018 and allows owners to scrap an eligible petrol or hybrid private car and replace it with a new EV to enjoy a tax concession cap of $172,500. Chan said the government has decided to scrap the scheme due to the maturity of technology, ample supply, and more choices of vehicle models and lower prices. But he said the first registration tax for electric commercial vehicles, electric motorcycles, and electric motor tricycles will remain fully waived until March 31st, 2028.